Did you know a win against the Rams could actually change everything for the Atlanta Falcons? All right, so let's talk about it. And I'm talking about something that I think enough people aren't actually paying attention to. Yes, on the surface, this is just another late season Falcons game. Who cares? Hopefully they win. Yes, the playoffs are basically out of reach. Yes, people are looking at the record and saying, who cares if the Falcons finish 8-9? But I'm telling you right now, a win against the Rams could legitimately change the future of the Atlanta Falcons. And I'm not exaggerating. Here's why. First things first, let's get the obvious part out the way. The Falcons are on a little heater right now. Now, they've won 2 of the last 3 games. They're sitting at 6-9 heading into week 17. Momentum-wise, this team is playing better football than they were about a month ago. And the real storyline isn't just about Atlanta. It's about Los Angeles. Because if you forget, and a lot of people low-key have, the Rams own the Falcons' first-round pick next year. And that's where things gets a little bit more interesting. Right now, that pick is projected to be the 11th overall pick. And that's a pretty solid pick. That's a future starter pick. That's not really a franchise-changing pick, but it's a future starter pick. But what if the Falcons beat the Rams this week? Everything shifts. If Atlanta wins and improves to 7-9, and a few other things break the right way, Cowboys win, Ravens win, Vikings win, Bucks win, the Rams pick could actually fall all the way into the mid-teens. We're talking 15, 16, maybe even lower if Atlanta keeps winning. And that is catastrophic for the Rams, because now you're not drafting that blue chip prospect that you thought you were getting about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Now you're not guaranteed a game changer. You're picking from the hope it works out kind of tier. So not only would the Falcons beat the Rams head to head, they would directly hurt the Rams' future. And this is where this gets a little bit spicy. Because remember when Atlanta made that trade, people questioned it. People said, why are you giving up a first? People said, what if that pick turns into a star? Well, Atlanta already got its star. Actually, they got multiple stars. James Pearce Jr. is already looking like a cornerstone pass rusher. Xavier Watts looks like a long-term answer at the back end of the defense. Those are franchise-altering pieces. So the Falcons can now push the Rams pick down the board. All of a sudden, that trade doesn't just look acceptable. It looks like a steal. And that's why this game matters. This isn't just about pride. This isn't just about finishing strong. This is about controlling the damage, shaping the narrative, and quietly winning in the long term. And for the Falcons, there's a lot to gain. And for the Rams, there's a ton to lose. A loss like this doesn't just hurt their playoff positioning. It hurts their draft capital. It hurts their rebuild timeline. And it could cost them a player that they were counting on to change their franchise. So yeah, while everyone else is looking at this game and shrugging like, bro, it's the Falcons. They're going to lose. And if they don't, it don't really matter. I'm telling you, this game low-key matters. It matters a lot. And I will say this. Let's see if Atlanta takes advantage of this. Because if they do, and Raheem Morris, the person that everyone hates in Atlanta, figures out a way to win this game, not only will it impact the draft capital of the LA Rams, but it will, I think, boost the trajectory of the Atlanta Falcons, because they'll be more confident next year. Yes, they will have lost to the Dolphins, the Jets, and Carolina twice. But if somehow they end up beating the Tampa Bay Bucks, the Buffalo Bills, and the LA Rams, could you imagine how Falcons fans will feel after that? It would just lead to how talented this team is, but how far we have fallen down to teams that we're supposed to beat. But at the end of the day, we can only win the game in front of us, and this game could impact the Rams' future, which I think will impact the status quo of that pick with James Pearce Jr. and Xavier Watts. But I will say this, if you enjoyed this breakdown, please do me a favor, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on post notification. I am on the journey to 10,000 subscribers, and I need you all to help me out. The Falcons ain't helping us out right now as fans, so could you please do me a favor, as a fan watching me, could you please help me out and get to 10,000 subscribers? And if you enjoyed this video, please check this one out right here. And like always,